morning students, welcome to our English online classes. So in our previous class we started the choreography part, the discourse choreography part. So in that choreography we discussed about the structure of choreography and what are the steps to be taken to write that choreography. Okay, so now as I told you on that previous class that I am going to give the example for that choreography. Today we are going to discuss with an example. So what is that topic here? I am taking another woman which I had recently completed the poem. Okay, so now we are going to know about the choreography of the another woman. So that will give you the perfect idea about that choreography, and then you can easily write that choreography. Okay, for each and every poem there will be a choreography. So you should always try to write the choreography for each and every poems. For example, we will have 8 poems in our textbook. We are having 8 poems. So for that all 8 poems, you should write the choreography. Then only you can easily write that or easily write the bit in that choreography of your 10th standard examination. Okay. So for that, the present class will be helpful for you. Okay, so let us start it. So in our previous class, as I told you the structure of the choreography, let me recall that. First of all, what will be there at the beginning of that choreography? So there will be the name of the lesson or the name of the poem name or the lesson name. Okay, so then next, which is followed by the author name, and then next, beginning of the poem. After that, the third point is beginning of the poem. Then next, fourth one. What is the fourth one? Fourth one is nothing but the theme of the poem. Then next, the characters. Fifth one is, that is characters. What are the characters involved in the total poem? Who are the characters there in that poem? Okay, so then next, so from the side heading 1 to 5th, that is the introduction part of our choreography. So in that introduction part, you have to give the perfect and the truth answers. Like the lesson name or the poem name or the characters, okay, or something else, that author name. So you should mention the perfect answer in that introduction part. Okay. So if you mention any false information regarding in that introduction of that choreography, then it will be the wrong one for you. And the correction, the person who will make the correction for your paper, he will not give any marks for your choreography. Okay. So that thing you should keep in your mind while you are writing the choreography. So from the first to 5th side heading, that is the most important, means that is the introduction of our choreography. So then next, when it comes to the 6th one, what is the 6th one? The 6th one is the main body. Of that choreography, means the instances of the poem. We are giving that the main side heading, that is instances of the poem. So in that instances of the poem, what we are having sub-side headings. So in that sub-side headings, first of all, you should take the stanza one. After writing the 6th one, that is instances of the poem, that is only the side heading. There is no need to write anything after that side heading. So in that side heading, you should take the sub-side headings. So first one, stanza 1. So you should put the heading, sub-side heading, that is stanza 1. So in that stanza 1, what are the things we are going to write in that stanza 1? So likely the theme of the poem. So the theme of the stanza. Then next, the location of that stanza. So what are the location in that stanza? You should only mention the theme of that particular stanza, and you should only mention the location of that particular stanza only. Don't mention the locations which are in the poem. Don't mention all the locations which are in that poem. You should only ask you to write the location which is in that stanza one only. Okay, the theme, the next second one, that is the location, and then is the third one, that is the characters which are involved in that stanza 1. Okay, and then next after that onwards, the main thing, that is the fourth one, is sequences of the action. So in that sequences of the action, you are going to write the total sequences of the actions which are there in that stanza 1 only. The sequences of the actions which are happened in that stanza 1, you are going to write them in step by step manner. You are going to write them in step by step manner. So here up to we completed the stanza 1. Okay, then next, what about the stanza 2? Again the stanza 2 subside headings are similar to the stanza 1. Again we are going to take the theme, again we are going to take the location, characters and the sequences of the action similarly when we compare to the first stanza. Okay, so the reason behind writing them, writing the themes and the locations and the characters for the each and every stanza is that it will give you the good marks. It will give you the good marks. Why? Because in our textbooks and in our workbooks we are having that the information regarding the choreography, like this structure, the theme, the lesson, the poem name, the author name, then next the instances of the poem. So in that instances of the poem, there is nothing. He given only 10 to 11 points which are happening, which are occurred in that poem. So that choreography is getting very easy for you. Of course, that is the easy process for you, but it was not an effective choreography. It's not an effective choreography. To write the effective choreography, so this structure which I'm telling you that, so that will be the helpful for you. You will get the maximum marks for that choreography. Okay, and one more thing, here we are elaborating the information. We are elaborating means the expanding the information. We are not writing that information in shortcuts. We are writing that information in the expanding mode. Okay, so while we are expanding that information, we are giving the information regarding that stanzas in each and every stanza, like theme for every stanza, location for every stanzas, and characters for every stanzas. Okay, but in our textbook or in our workbook, we are having only one side heading, that the location. So under that locations, all the stanzas locations will be written in that location side heading, and then character side heading. So in that character side headings, all the characters which involved in that poem will be written under that. There is no elaboration, there is no expanding in that information. So for that I am giving you this structure. Okay, it will be difficult for you, of course it will be difficult for you to remember, but when you try to practice this choreography for 2, 3, 4 times, then it will get easy to write you. It will get easy for you to write. Okay, so now let us move on to our example poem, that is Another Woman. So I am taking an example for that Another Woman. So always the choreography will be started with the introduction part. Always the choreography will be started with the introduction part. So for that, so what is that first one? The first one is nothing but the name of the poem. Name of the poem. So as I told you in our previous class that the name of the poem will be written in bold letters. The name of the poem will be written in bold letters, like the capital letters, that is nothing but the capital letters. So here is what is the name of the poem? That is Another Woman. Another Woman. So then next, what is the second one? Author of the poem. So who is that author for us? Author of the poem. So the author of the poem, the Another Woman, is, that is Imtiaz Darkar. Imtiaz Darkar. So Imtiaz Darkar, she is the author of our poem. So here I written those introduction names in bold letters. So these two names will be in the capital letters only. So then next, which is followed by the third one, that is beginning of the poem. Beginning of the. So what is the beginning of our poem? So here I'm telling that first of all, you need to read the poem. In your examination, if the choreography is asked for you to write, then the first and the most important thing that is that you should read the poem perfectly. You should read the poem perfectly. Then after, you will get an idea about the poem. You will get an idea regarding that poem. So where it was started, on what purpose it started. Okay, so that thing you should keep in your mind. So always you should try to read the poem before writing that choreography. It will help for you. Okay, yeah, of course the poem will be given in that question paper. Don't bother about it. There is no need to remember the total poem for you. You will have the poem in your question paper. Okay, so you just only need to read that question paper, read that poem in that question paper, and should understand the meanings of that poem. Okay, so now here, after reading the poem, the another woman, what we registered the beginning of the poem. What is the beginning of the poem? So where it was started? The poem was started at the market. The poem is started at the market where the woman is purchasing the green methi. So here's that in our first and second lines we are having that green methi. She is purchasing that green methi. So that is the beginning of the poem. So you should register that beginning of the poem. So now I am writing that the beginning of the poem is started at market. The beginning of the poem is started at market where the woman purchasing green methi. So now, if you observe, I registered the beginning of the poem. Here's that the beginning of the poem is started at market. Our poem started where our poem started. Our poem was started at that market, and here we are having a purpose. Why she went to that market? She went to that market to purchase a green methi or the vegetables. So likely the beginning of the poem is started at market where the woman purchasing green methi. Okay, so now that is the main beginning, the important introduction of our poem. Okay, so now let us move on to the fourth one. So what is the fourth one? The fourth one is theme. So theme of the poem. So now to register the theme or to get the theme, again you need to read the poem perfectly. And you are asked to understand the poem perfectly. Okay, so now if we read that poem, after reading the total stanzas in that poem, what we know that, so what happened in that poem is that the woman facing lot of problems from her mother-in-law. She is facing lots of problems from her mother-in-law. So you can create your own themes. There is no need to choose that particular theme from that poem. You can create your own themes. Like we are having that the poem is all about the problems which are faced by the women. Okay, so now you can create your own theme. So for that, I'm taking that the hardships faced by the woman. The hardships faced by the woman in her own house. Is she facing the problems in her own house? Yes, she is facing the problems in her own house. So that's why I taken that the hardship faced by the woman in her own house. Or you can take that the domestic violence on the woman. Okay, or we can take that the mother-in-law, so the uncordial, not the cordial, the uncordial relation between the mother-in-law and the woman. Means the relation between those two persons is not good. The meaning of that sentence. Okay. So now I taken the hardship faced by the woman in her own house. So that is the theme of the poem. That is the theme of the poem. So now when we comes to the fifth one, so what is the fifth one? In that fifth one, we are going to have the characters. What are the total characters we are having in that poem? So now I am writing that characters. So in these characters, we should mention all the characters which we are having in our poem. So for example, first one, that is woman. First one is woman. Okay. The next, second one, mother-in-law. Second one is mother-in-law. Then next, after that onwards, the husband of woman. One more character, husband of woman. Okay. Then next, the vegetable vendors. Vegetable vendors. Okay. And then next, we are also having some more few people in that market. Not only the vegetable vendors, not only the women. We are also having few people in that vegetable market. So now I am taking 6 or 8 people. 6 or 8 people in market. Here's that. These are the characters which we are having in that poem. These are the characters which we are having in our poem. That is another woman. Okay. So the woman, the main character is that woman and then mother-in-law. Okay. Then next, the husband of the woman. The husband of woman. And then next, the vegetable vendors. The vegetable vendor, the person who sells the vegetables. Then next, 6-8 people in the market. 6-8 people. I am taking that 6-8 because we are having few people in that market. We are having few people in that market who are purchasing the vegetables like another woman. Okay. So now here is that. This is the introduction part of our choreography. This is the introduction part of our choreography. The most important one. The most important one. If you made mistake in these, the author of poem writing the some other person name in that Imtiaz Darkar place, so it will be the wrong one for you. It will be the wrong one for you, and the person will not give at least 2 marks for you. At least 2 marks for you. Why? Because the making mistake at that place will be cost so much for you. So don't make any mistakes at the introduction part. Don't make any mistakes at the introduction part. So now, let me recall it again. The name of the poem, Another Woman. Author of the poem, Imtiaz Darkar. Beginning of the poem. The beginning of the poem is started in market where the woman purchasing green methi. The next, the theme of the poem, the hardship faced by the woman in her own house. The hardship faced by the woman in her own house. The next, the characters who involved in that poem, the woman, mother-in-law, husband of woman, vegetable vendors, 6 to 8 people in the market. Okay. So now, let us move on to the main and the most important topic of our choreography. That is the body. That is the structure of the choreography. So here, first of all, we should put the heading. The 6th one is, so what is that 6th one? The instances of the poem. Instances of the poem. So just we are putting the heading, that is instances of the poem. Then next, under these instances of the poem, we are going to take subheadings. So that is stanza 1. Stanza 1. We are going to write the information regarding the stanzas in a step-by-step manner. Now we are going to write the information regarding the stanzas in a step-by-step manner. Here the instances of the poem is nothing but writing them in a sequential order. Writing them in a sequential order. So now let us take that. In the first stanza, what we are having the subheadings? The first one is a theme. The first one is theme. So we can write the subheading, that is A. Okay. Then next, B of Chushi. What is that? Location. B is nothing but the location. Okay. Then next C, characters. What are the characters we are having in that stanza 1? Then next D, sequences of the actions. Sequences of the actions. So after reading the first stanza, what you registered the theme, what you known about that main important prospectus of that the poem, the first stanza. So now we are going to write the theme. So here if you read this first stanza, you can observe that. Here you can read the first stanza. First of all, if you observe in that, is she facing any problems from her mother-in-law in the first stanza? Yes, she is facing the problems from the dark looks. She is facing the dark looks from her mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law also scolding her. For being late, being come to the home late. Okay. So now let us take that. Violence on women by mother-in-law. Simple and easy themes I am taking. Simple and easy themes, but also they are effective. Here we are having lot of meaning inside this theme. So here, violence on women by mother-in-law. So you can observe that all the scoldings by the mother-in-law will comes under that theme. Okay, so that is the theme. The meaning of the theme is that nothing but giving the main motto and all the information regarding the poem in a one single line. Okay, should write that. Okay, the next location. So in that location we are having the house and the market. We are having house and market. If you observe at the beginning, what she is there at that market. Okay. Then next, when it comes to the some other things, here she came to house and she facing the looks. She is facing the dark looks of her mother-in-law. Okay. So then now, violence on women by the mother-in-law. Then next, location. So now I am taking the main location that is the market. First of all, market. Okay. Then next we can take house. After that onwards, house. Okay. Or if you are getting confusing over there, or if you wanted to expand the information again, then you can take the market. Okay, then you can take the market, write that house in the next stanza. But I am taking those both at once. Why? Because to explain all of them will be getting late for me. Okay, so now characters. What are the characters? Women. Okay, then next, mother-in-law. Okay, the next, vegetable vendors. Okay, so now sequences of the action. So in these sequences of the action, again we are going to take some other subside headings. So now, first of all, while writing the sequences of the actions for all the stanzas, the first and the last line will be the same for you. But you need to make few changes in the sentences. First of all, so if you observe in that sequences of the actions, I am taking that. So the Roman number 1. So in the sequences of the action, the chorus. Why I am taking the chorus here? Because we are performing this choreography on the dais, on the stage. We are making a performance on the stage. Okay, that's why I am taking the chorus. The chorus enters the stage and they pose themselves. The chorus enters the stage and they pose themselves. They pose themselves like. Sorry, the chorus enters the stage and they pose themselves where the location of house and market, where the location of house and market created. So they are creating a location. They are creating a location like the house and the market on the dais. So that's why we written that the chorus enters the stage and they pose themselves where the location of house and market created. Okay, so that is the first line. Then next, what are the actions going under that stanza 1? So what are the actions we are having? Some other actions like the woman purchases green methi. The woman purchases green methi. And the next third one. What is the third one? What is the third one? That the woman bargaining. Bargaining is nothing but asking for a less amount. అంటే మన తెలుగులో బేరం ఆడడం అంటాం చూడండి, లైక్ దట్. ద ఉమెన్ bargaining for some other vegetables. Yes, is she bargaining for some other vegetables? Yes, she is bargaining for some other vegetables. Okay, then next, fourth one. So what is that fourth one? Here's that she thought that it will be extra wagons. It will be extra wagons for her. It will be extra wagons for her. Okay, so this is the sequences of the actions. Again, we are having few more sequences of the actions in that market. Okay, so now the fifth one. What is the fifth one? The woman returns to home. The woman returns to home after purchasing the vegetables. Where she is going? She is going to her house. Okay. Now let's take that the sixth one. What is the sixth one? The most important, that is the chorus. The chorus exits the stage. So for the first sequences, in the sequences of the action, what is the first one? That is the chorus enters the stage, but when it comes to that last one, the chorus exits the stage. The chorus exits the stage. Okay. Now let us take the stanza 2. Now we completed the stanza 1. Now let us come to the stanza 2. So in that stanza 2, what are that? Again, theme. Okay. The next, location. Subset headings nani A, B, C. Theme, location, characters. Okay. The next, D. What is that? The sequences. Sequences of the actions. Okay. So again, now you need to take the theme, again now you need to take the location, and again now you need to take the characters. Okay, and then next the sequences of the action. So these are the things you are going to write in that choreography, the choreography of another woman. Okay, so now I'll send you the choreography which is written by me in a paper. Okay, along with your video. Along with your video, I'll send you the choreography which is written by me in that paper. Okay, so then you can easily understand the topic. Then you can easily understand that topic. Okay, we are not having that kind of a time to explain all the stanzas. Okay, so in order to give you the information, I am sending the choreography answer along with the video. Okay, so now until then.